in the studio are real-life brothers, Stan and Barry Livingston, who played Chip and Ernie Douglas, as well as the lovely Tina Cole, who was Robbie's wife, Katie. Welcome.
And we have in Los Angeles, Don Grady, who played older brother Robbie. Good morning to you, Don.
Good morning out there.
Good
we got
morning.
a whole
Hi,
family.
sweetheart.
Hey,
He's
hello
up early.
there.
Yeah, we're all up early. He's up earlier than
Douglases.
we are. You guys, you really
yeah,
were
much earlier.
A trailblazing show in that in a tumultuous time, you were redefining the American family with a single dad raising kids. Did you feel that gravity at the time?
Well, we felt like we were in another world. It was sort of segregated from what was happening in the real world. But I think it was simpler.
An alternate universe, I think we were living in, because the real world, was quite a bit more tumultuous, and revolution was in the air, and we were still eating, Uncle Charlie's cookies and having milk, and people were eating other
And
things.
Dad
than
knew
cookies.
best.
And Dad knew best.
He
We
did.
were, but Three Sons had a thing about it that was different in the 60s. We were a messy family. The boys were jumping all over the furniture. The dog was eating off the table. That was like reality TV
Now,
in the early 60s.
let's take a moment, though. As clean-cut as you were, even though the house was messy, let's talk about scandal, all right? Because we all know what happened on the Brady Bunch set. Was there any of that? I mean, it was the 60s. Everyone was wearing long hair. You guys looked like you had just gotten out of the Marine Corps.
I never saw Uncle Charlie wear pearls, if that's what you're He didn't back him with pearls.
What was that set like?
It was pretty calm, actually, compared to a lot of the other shows. There was not a lot of drama, and I think Fred McMurray set the tone for that. He was
yes.
pretty conservative, straight arrow guy.
What was it like to work with him? Of course, he passed on many years ago, back in 1991, but what was that experience like?
It's great. I mean, he was a huge movie star when he came to the show, and that's a thing sometimes I think when the younger generation looks at the show, they don't realize it'd be like if Mel Gibson or Michael Douglas decided to do a TV series now. That's how huge it was when Fred came to the show.
We've heard so much about reality TV and kid stars and the controversy over it. Would you call yourselves happy survivors of that career path?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
you think it's family?
Yeah, we're
too?
survivors.
But we came from good families, I
Yeah,
think. I
yeah.
think that had a lot to do with
And
it.
I think the way the show, the producers and everything, I mean, they really made it a great experience for us. And getting to work with my real brother, and Don Grady was like a real brother, so.
Which brings me to two things. I want to ask you, Kim. First of all, you came in.
Tina.
Excuse me, Tina. Where did I get?
I don't know, Kim.
I don't know.
Kim.
Yeah, Kim, where are you? Tina, I'm so sorry. Tina, you came in several seasons into the show, so you're sort of a newcomer to an established family, as you said, and then you're the only girl. What was that like?
They were so nice to me. Everybody really treated me very well, and my interview for the part, it was 3 hours long. I never read for it. I had to interview with Fred DeCordova, who was our director, with Ed Hartman, our producer, and then with Fred McMurray and his wife June, and for like 3 hours.
Now remember, Freddie DeCordova, this is in the 60s, Freddie DeCordova went on to do The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. These were giants. Don, let me ask you, you worked with all these guys. At some point, playing the older brother, didn't you just want to just take them out?
Slap them.
Yeah, I had to have my say once in a while. There was a thing in the 60s where Katie and Robbie, their first bedroom scene, they gave us 2 single beds. And this was in 67, 68, Tina, something like that. Twin beds. I mean, the roof was coming off the 60s at the time. John and Yoko were having sleep-ins, and so we should have had a big bed with Robbie, Katie, and Chip and Ernie, and
you demanded it, Don.
And Bob and Alice.
That sounds like a cast of hair or something.
And Don said, "I'm not doing this." And so they got us a huge bed.
That was probably
like a double king.
Right.
Except everyone had to be
groundbreaking.
fully
Well, they had-
clothed, right? Nobody could be, like real couples
Because it
getting
was
in bed.
67.
We were not
Right.
allowed, Don, you remember this? We were
Right.
not allowed to end a scene facing each other. I mean,
While you were in the bed.
we could talk,
Hey, baby.
but we had
Sounds
to
like a normal
actually
marriage
end
to me.
turning away. And I think DeCordova's last show, before he did Johnny Carson, he said, "I'm going to try something." He said, "I hope we can get away with it." And we actually ended up in an embrace. A real embrace.
Cut to commercial.
That's how those triplets came about.
That's right.
Just
There you go.
Nice.
Immaculate deception.
And Billy Stan, your brothers in real life. You played brothers on the set. What was that like? Did that make it easier or more difficult?
It was easier because I finally had somebody in the schoolroom. Otherwise, it was just me by myself. But it was great to work with my brother. And then we had Don above us in a dressing room playing music, and we'd hear his foot stomping as he's playing his piano. We're like taking the American flag, going, quiet, we're in school down here.
Hey, Don, one-word answer. Who was crankier, William Frawley or Demarest, Bill Demarest?
Demarest.
No.
I think Demarest was the crankier. Yeah, oh yeah,
No.
Demarest. Frawley was a kick.
Frawley just knew more
Frawley was
four-letter
just
words.
so much fun.
Oh, my. There we go. You learn something new every
That
day.
Deborah's was
That's
much
right.
nicer.
Well, Stan and Barry Livingston, Tina, oh, I'm so sorry, and Don Grady, who joins us from LA. Thank you guys so much for being here with
Thanks
us.
for having us.